Good morning, children, and welcome back. This is class 6th, subject Social Science, chapter number 7 of Civics, and its name is Urban Administration, and it's our lecture number 1. In chapter number 6, we talked about the rural administration, rural that is related to the villages, and urban that is related to the towns and cities. So in this chapter we'll talk about the urban administration. Let's see the topics that we are going to cover. Number 1, introduction of the chapter. Number 2, municipal corporation, basically the government they are in the city area or the urban areas. Number 3, work of municipal corporation. Number 4, ward councillor. Along with it, at last there will be the homework on the basis of the topics covered in the lecture. So let's start. Cities are much bigger than villages. People in cities also have different facilities like water, sanitation, hospital, etc. So it is a great job to maintain all these things in city area. That is done by different departments of municipal corporation. It is responsible for the welfare of the cities. So here the municipal corporation, it is responsible for welfare of the city people. Whatever the needs the people have, so that is the duty of municipal corporation to solve the problems of the people living in city areas. So we'll discuss about the municipal corporation. Before starting what is this municipal corporation, there is a small incident given in your book that we'll discuss. See, one Sunday afternoon, children were playing cricket in the street. Rihanna hit the ball so high that the street light broke. Now they thought that they would have to pay money for that, as last week they had broken Nirmala Mausi's window and had spent their pocket money to replace it. But the question was there in their mind that to whom did the light on the streets belong? Actually, they were thinking, as they had broken Nirmala Mausi's window and they paid for that and it was replaced. But now as the street light was broken, they were thinking that to whom these lights belong, and they thought that to whom would they pay this money and replace that light. So the question was there in their mind. For that they went, all the children went to Rehana's house and told her mother what had happened during the game. Okay, actually they explained that during the game they had broken the street light. Then Rehana's mother said, I don't really know these things in detail. She suggested them to go to Yasmin Khala's house as she worked in municipal corporation. When they asked from Rehana's mother, she told that you should go to Yasmin Khala's house. She was also living there in the same street. And why she suggested that? Because she knew that is related to the municipal corporation, but in detail she was not able to tell That's why she told that better to go to Yasmin Khala's house because she worked there in municipal corporation and she is able to explain in detail. So now municipal corporation. After this incident, basically Yasmin Khala is explaining all the things about to those children. Now, what is this municipal corporation? Before starting this municipal corporation, one thing I want to remind you that in chapter number 3, government, we have done the levels of government. That were the 3 levels: local level, state level and central level. Local level government covers villages and towns. State government that covers the whole state, and central government that covers the whole country. So, local level government that include village and the town area. Village government we have already talked there in Panchayati Raj system. Here we'll talk about the urban areas. Okay, so what is this municipal corporation? It is the local government of India that administers the urban areas. Okay, so the government there in urban areas, basically that is municipal corporation. And this municipal corporation is not just a small office, it has the many departments there to look after the needs of the people. Okay, so different departments of municipal corporation. Number 1, garbage collection department, and by the name it is looking that its duty is to collect the garbage from the different areas. Second, water department, responsible for the supply of water. Number 3, sanitation department, that is related to the cleanliness. Okay, like the toilet facility of toilets or different things, that is there in the sanitation department. Number 4, road department, etc. Road department that works under PWD, Public Work Department. So these are some departments working there in municipal corporation. Now Yasmin Khala is actually explaining that about the different department there in the municipal corporation. Okay, so next is the work of municipal corporation. What type of task does municipal corporation perform? Number 1, cleaning of the streets. This is the duty of municipal corporation, for that all the streets of the road must be clean. Supply of safe drinking water. Number 3, traffic control. Number 4, garbage collection and disposal. The garbage collection, you know that the collecting of the garbage from the houses, from the streets, and where that should be disposed. Okay, dispose, that is again one of the important thing, isn't it? If the garbage is collected and then it is disposed there in the areas where the people are living, that is not fine. Then what is the purpose of the cleanliness? So that is also the duty of municipal corporation, to dispose that garbage at a place that is away from the areas where the people are living, or from the settlements where the people are living. Okay, so garbage collection and disposal, schools, hospitals and sanitation facilities, and maintenance of all these things that are in urban areas. The next topic is ward councillor. Ward councillor, as if you remember in the Panchayati Raj system, we talked that the head of the panchayat is known as Sarpanch, and then the village is further divided into different wards, and from different wards the ward members, they are elected and are also known as Panch. Here in the urban areas also, cities and towns, they are divided into different wards. But here the person who is elected from a ward is known as ward councillor. Okay, so see, every city is divided into different wards. Ward councillors are elected from wards. As I explained you that the people of a particular ward, they elect their representative. That person is known as the ward councillor. See, elected representative in a ward in corporation is called or is known as ward councillor. Okay, there is a difference in rural areas. The person is known as Panch or ward member. Here the person who is representative from a ward is known as ward councillor. Okay, clear about the municipal corporation and ward councillor? Basically that is related to the government that we are electing. The people we are electing, they are in the local government in urban areas. Okay, now the task performed by a ward councillor. As we talked that a ward councillor is an elected representative from a ward. So what are the duties of that ward councillor? First, they take decisions. Like if anything is to be built there in the particular ward or any facility is to be given there, so that is the duty of ward councillor to take decision about all those things. Number 2, all ward councillors meet and make budget. A budget is an estimation of revenue and expenses. Okay, so whatever the revenue they are getting, whatever the income they are getting, according to that, what are the expenses? Okay, so all the ward councillors of a particular city, they meet and make budget for the particular time period. Number 3, they spend money as per the budget provision. As the budget is prepared, so according to the income, they spend money. And all ward councillors put the demands of their ward before the entire council. That entire council, they are council of ward councillors basically. From a particular city, they all make a council and there they meet, they talk about the different needs of the people in their particular wards. Then the ward councillors of different wards, they put the demands of their ward before the entire council. If suppose any common decision is to be taken, suppose any bus stand is there in that city, so all the ward councillors all together, they make decision for that. If a particular ward related to the particular ward, any decision is to be taken, so the ward councillor of that particular ward will take decision. And there these ward councillors, as I told you, the council is there, the head, then they choose one of the head there in that council. That person is known as mayor. And do you know that they are in the towns, the small cities or the big cities, there are difference actually. The large cities or the big cities, they have the municipal corporation there as a government, but in small cities there is municipal council. Okay, that government basically in the towns, that is known as municipal council, and that is decided as per the population of the city or town. Okay, the less population, if the less population is there in any town, that is there is the municipal council only. and the large cities, the big cities, they are having the municipal corporation. Okay, that is the difference between. Even municipal corporation have more powers and higher status than the municipal council, and municipal corporation have better and have more financial power than municipal councils. Okay, so municipal councils and municipal corporation, the main difference is municipal corporations are established in big cities with a large population. On the other hand, municipal council are set up there in smaller cities or towns. Clear? But ward councillors, they remain same in big cities or towns. The person who is elected from a particular ward is known as the same ward councillor. Clear? So this is all about the municipal corporation and the ward councillor. Now we'll talk about the next topic. When problems are within a ward, then people who live in the ward can contact their councillors. Yes, definitely. If any of the problems, suppose water supply is not proper, the garbage collectors are not coming, so the people of that particular ward can approach to the ward councillor, as he is the person to whom they have elected, or you can say the person who is representative from that ward. So definitely the people can contact to the ward councillor. Like for example, garbage dumps are there on the street. Okay, so the people of that area can go to the councillor and talk about that thing, so that ward councillor can solve that problem and there would not be the diseases in that area due to the dump of garbage. One more example, dangerous electrical wires are hanging down, and due to that the people, they are afraid, suppose, so they can approach to the ward councillor, so that ward councillor can solve their problem. One of the incident that is given in your book also, that we'll discuss. Okay, municipal commissioner. As till now we talked about the corporation, and in that corporation ward councillors to whom we elect there in the government. But now we will talk about the administrative officers. Okay, the person, there are two types. One is the person who is elected in the election, and the another person who is appointed by the government. So municipal commissioner is a head there at the district level who is appointed by the government. He is not elected person. Okay, so who is he? Let's see. The chief executive and administrator of the municipal corporation is known as municipal commissioner. Basically what happens, the decisions are taken by the ward councillors there, but after taking decisions, what should be done and how it should be done, that implementation is done by municipal commissioner along with the different workers there in different departments. Okay, just ward councillors are there, they take decision, then they ask for implementation there in the commissioner office, or the commissioner, he along with different people working in different department like water department, garbage department, sanitation department. So these are the people who complete all those tasks. So chief executive and administrator of municipal corporation is known as municipal commissioner. Now, municipal corporation earns money. As we talked that the different tasks are there to complete, so for that, from where they get money? Number one, property tax. A little bit the property tax they are taking from the people. So one of the source of earning money. Education tax and tax on other amenities. Other amenities means comfort. Okay, so education tax or other amenities tax they are collecting. Number 3, entertainment tax. If you know that whenever we go to watch movie, they are in the theater, definitely we pay there for tickets, and in those tickets the taxes they are already included. So entertainment ticket, funds from state government or the central government. These corporations, they are getting the funds from the governments also. So in this way they earn the money, they earn their income. Now public protest. As we talked about, the people, those are elected, the ward councillors, and the people, those are appointed by the government, and those are the executive head, the municipal commissioner, and different workers there in different departments. Now this is also one of the important thing there in the democracy. Public protest means to oppose something. Okay, when we are not agree with anything or any unpopular issue is there with us, then this protest is to be done by the people. Here in your chapter, community protest is given, one example, and why that community protest was done, we'll see here. Firstly, its meaning. When a large number of people come together and openly state their opposition on some issues, it is called public protest. Okay, clear? What is that? When the large number of people, they come together in a group and they show their opposition, they show that they are not agree with that on some issues, it is called public protest. Clear? So this is the meaning. Now for example, once Gangabai and some women gathered and began shouting slogans in front of councillor's house. Okay, so what happens there? Here basically Yasmin Khala is explaining everything. Now Yasmin Khala is explaining that once what happened, Gangabai and some women, they gathered and began shouting slogans in front of councillor. Here N is missing. COUNCI, councillor's house. Because the councillor is there to whom they should approach. Councillor is the person whom they have elected there. So and what was the reason? The garbage dumps were there on their streets, and the people, they were falling sick. So that's why Gangabai gathered some of the women with her, and they went to councillor's house, and they started protesting, or they started shouting the slogans against the councillor. Okay, this is one of the incident that she is explaining. Then okay, before that Surat 1994, I want to explain that incident actually. So what happened there? Gangabai and those women, when they were protesting against that the garbage that dumps in their street, then what happened? Ward councillor came out from his house and he explained that we should go to commissioner's office. Okay, so along with one of the engineer, they went to commissioner's office and then explained everything there. Okay, then commissioner asked that there are the less trucks with them, that's why this problem happened. Okay, but Gangabai told that you have the enough trucks for the high societies, but for our street, for our colony, there are no trucks. That is not fine. Okay, but after a great discussion, after the great argument, then commissioner agreed and sent the trucks to their colony for cleanliness. That was the basic incident given there in your book. Okay, and then some of the questions are also given. What was Gangabai protesting about? Definitely she was protesting for cleanliness in the society, isn't it? So this is one of the one more incident that is explained by Yasmin Khala. Now at last one of the situation is given of 1994 about Surat. Surat, the city there in Gujarat. What happened there in 1994? Let's see. Surat had a plague scare in 1994. It was one of the dirtiest cities in India. Garbage dumps were there on streets, and municipal corporation did not collect the garbage regularly. Due to that, plague spread and many people lost their lives. This is the situation there in Surat in 1994. Plague, that is very dangerous disease and that spread even through the air. And during 1994, many people they lost their lives. Even many of the people they deserted the city, means they went from Surat to any other place. Okay, because the people were scared about the plague there. And even municipal corporation that were not bothering about that, and municipal corporation did not collect the garbage regularly. That's why the dumps of the garbage they were lying there on the street. Okay, but after that situation, the municipal corporation then started collecting the garbage regularly and cleaned up the city very well. Now Surat is one of the cleanest city in India. Okay, and do you know our Chandigarh, that is also one of the cleanest city there in India. So this is all about the situation there in 1994 due to the garbage dumps there in Surat. So this was the chapter actually about the urban administration. This was very small chapter as we have completed in one lecture only. So listen it very carefully so that you can understand all the topics. Otherwise then we'll discuss it in the online class also. So now it's time for the homework. Question number 1 is list the ways in which the work of the municipal corporation affects the life of a city dweller. Here basically you have to write the work of municipal corporation. Definitely by doing the work the municipal corporation affect the life of city dweller. So here you will write the work of municipal corporation. Number 2, how does the municipal corporation earn the money to do its work? That is also explained there. What task does the ward councillor perform? Number 4, list the different departments of municipal corporation. The names you will write here. Number 5, why did the children go to Yasmin Khala's house? As through story we have completed the chapter. So what was the reason that the children they went to Yasmin Khala's house? So this is your homework. Do this homework there in your fair register. If any confusion is there, you will be getting its solution on the next very day. So you can check the answers there. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.